Hi everyone, good morning. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes,
Uh,
Bhaskar, good morning.
Good
Very
morning,
good,
Bhaskar.
very good morning. So yeah, I hope you people completed Python practice, right?
Yes, Bhaskar.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, Bhaskar.
Okay, so from today, I'm just going to touch Databricks. Okay, so the Spark I'm going to talk little later because once we start talking about RDD and data frame, these two are the Spark items. These two are the Spark items. Okay, so whatever I'm going to talk now, that is a DBFS. So this is specific to Databricks, or let's say Databricks. Okay, it is specific to Databricks, which cannot be available in the Spark. This the original Spark is going to run on Hdfs if they have a Apache Spark. And if we are having a Databricks, then 100% we are going to use Databricks file system commands. So why we are going to use this DBFS is to deal with the file system. If you have a data in the file system, then how you are going to read the data from the file and how we are going to write the data into the file. These two are going to be done with the help of DBFS. So apart from that, we can also do with the data frame API and we can also do with the RDD API. But to create a folders, many things that we are going to do with the DBFS also. And there will be some specific questions from the DBFS, especially how you can run a notebook from another notebook and how we can create a parameters for the notebook. All these kind of questions you're going to get. So I'll take you through that. So in this particular session, how we are going to deal with the ADLS. Basically, this DBFS directly works with the Databricks file system. Okay, so Databricks is itself is going to have its own file system by default. When you create a Databricks or when we have a Azure Databricks, it's going to have a default file system that is a Databricks file system. So if you want to deal with the Databricks file system, we can deal with that. I'll show that. If I wanted to deal with the ADLS, I wanted to deal with the ADLS because my landing zone is a ADLS. Or if anyone wants to deal with the S3 bucket, if they wanted to deal with the S3 bucket, they can use or we can use the DBFS commands to deal with the S3 or to deal with the ADLS Gen 2. Again, we are going to use the DBFS commands only. And Databricks file system also we have DBFS. Even you can also use that also. To deal with the Databricks file system, we can also use DBFS commands. Okay, so this is the internal storage. DBFS is a internal storage, but these two are going to be external storage. They are not part of the they're not part of the Databricks. They're part of third party. So it's a part of this is part of Azure and this is part of AWS. And this is the internal storage of your Databricks. Okay, so this is the internal storage and this is the external storage. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we can connect with the external storage systems. Since we are going to work as an Azure data engineer, we need to know about how we can connect with the ADLS Gen 2. So that is the main priority for us. And DBFS, we can directly do it. I can show you how we can do directly with the DBFS, but mostly when we go for interview also, they are always going to concentrate on the ADLS Gen 2. So because of that reason, this particular note, whatever the note even I shared with you, I think I have to share your ADB note with you. I'm not sure whether I shared with you or not. Okay, so that particular note is going to have all these commands. You have to type and do your practice. So wantedly, I gave it in a the way you're not even take a copy. Okay, so I took the snips and I kept it in a Word and converted into PDF. Okay, so if I can give even notebook, but I'm not interested to give the notebook to you. So I wanted to make you to type it. So then only you can learn many things. If you do mistake, then you can learn many things. So that is the intention of that. And let's see how you're going to connect with the ADLS Gen 2 account. How you're going to connect with the ADLS Gen 2 account, I'm going to show you. So before going to that,
But sir, why do we need the DBFS command?
which one?
DBFS command.
That's what I told you, right? To deal with the file system. Once you touch that practical, then you can understand. Okay.
Okay, but we are storing the data in ADLS, right?
Oh, no, no, this is too early to take the question. Give me some time, you'll get to know, please. So I just wanted to give one thing here. We already know about the positional parameters in the data factory. If you remember, we used something like select star from something like this. We have given table name, if you remember, something like this. Okay, so this is the syntax of your SQL in the data factory we use to make it dynamic. We use this positional parameters. In the same way, in the Databricks are basically this positional parameters also available in the Python. Okay, so in Python also we are having a positional parameters. So how we can use this positional parameters is if I say print of name, now I can say Raja here. So I wanted to print my name is Raja. So if I wanted to print like that, then what you can do is my name is comma name. So then it is going to print my name is Raja. I don't want to do like that. I wanted to say my name is, here I wanted to say name. Here I wanted to say name. Okay, so when I say something like this we can call it as a F string. People used to call it as a F string or positional parameters. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to say a new name. Now let's print of new name. Yeah. So like this, we need to write it. So I just kept in a string here, and then I'm just giving a name directly printing. Let's execute it and see the, where is this?
I think we need to give the F Bhaskar in front of my name.
Yeah, it was missed.
Yeah, in front. Yes.
Now let's execute it. This is correct. Now I can see. So I'm just giving a F here. So if you don't give the F, then it will not identify that is a F string. Okay, so if you keep this, then only can pass the parameter value here. This is the variable. Here I'm having variable, that value will come to here. And if you don't give this, this will not recognize that is a F string. You can see. It's just giving same. If you can give the F here, then it is going to be identified. So this kind of approaches in the notebook, we are going to see many times. Okay, it's very easy and like, I feel it is much more easier to pass the value from anywhere to anywhere. In the same way, the same kind of approach I'm utilizing to connect with the storage. So first concentrate on how we can connect with the Azure Data Lake Storage Center. There are various ways are there to connect it with the Azure Data Lake Storage Center. So I'm going to take you through one of them. Later, I'm going to take you through one more. And there we are going to see how we can do mounting also. Without mounting also, we can connect with the storage account. Just observe this one, the fourth cell. Here I'm having, this is the syntax that you need to find it in the Google. Okay, so I mean how we can connect with ADLS Gen 2, connectivity with ADLS Gen 2. This one. Yeah, see here. I'm just keeping this in the chart. So here with account key, this is how we can connect with the storage account. Okay, we don't need to remember this. That is even not possible to remember. And SAS tokens also we can use to connect with the storage account. All this stuff will be taken care by administrators basically. And service principal also we are going to see how we can do it at the time of RDD. I'm going to take you through. Now I'm going to take account key. So mostly we don't use with the account key. We're going to use the service principal. But now I'm just going to take you through how we can do it because even Microsoft is recommended to check all these options. Okay, so in Python, access, how we can access the data is there in the form of Python, in the form of SQL, how we can access it, they have given. Okay, so authentications, this role is not even required for us. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how we can connect it. I required to take this code. Just take a copy of this. Just observe here. Spark.conf.set. This is all is fixed one. The storage account name, we need to keep it here. The storage account name, we need to keep it. And the key value we need to give. That's all. There's two things we need to give to make a with connectivity with the Azure storage. Let's go to our resource group. So this is our resource group, right? Let's go to container. Data files. Let me take out this. So what I'll do is I'm just going to create a container name as landing. Okay. I need to pay. Otherwise, let me check with the existed storage. Storage accounts. Hmm. Because I need to pay. No options. For last 2 months, I was not paying.
Yeah, Bhaskar. So, we need to pay it manually, so it won't detect automatically from our
No,
account.
actually, I'm not using my, the payment method I changed. So because of that reason, I'm just paying manually. I made it disable. My credit card was not working with this number, so I'm doing in another way.
Okay. By default, it will be auto pay, right?
Yeah, by default, if my credit card is inactive, it will go for automated.
Okay.
I think 2 months payment, I guess it is. I'm using phone pay. I kept Databricks 3 weeks. So because of Azure Databricks, because of that, I got a bill for 1 month is more.
Okay.
That was my bad. Otherwise, I should not get this much.
Okay. So if notebook is available, like open, like we have not
If it
delete.
is Azure Databricks, then it will be a problem.
Okay.
If you do practice, as long as with free edition, that is fine. But I cannot avoid for project, right? That is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 2 months. This is fine. 1100 is fine, but this one is little more happened is because of that. So if you see, not here. So this is a Databricks one only, and this
Okay.
is also Databricks. Here you can see this
Yeah.
is purely related to Databricks, and this is Databricks. This is also database. So when I explained a project, it happened. I have a different plan for this time. Let's see. Now let me check, will it allow to create a container or not? Let's create a landing container. Still, it may take some time to reflect. Disable, therefore makes redundant. Yeah, it is enabled now. So I wanted to connect to this one. Okay, so to connect it, we required, where is that I kept? Yeah, so I required the storage account, the storage account name that you're going to take it, Bhaskar ADLS May it is. We're just going to say something like this, Bhaskar ADLS May. The same thing, you're going to keep it here also. 1 minute, guys. Actually, my mouse was missed today. Finally, I got it. Yeah, so here we need to give a access storage access key. Account name I have given. Storage account access key, how we can take it is, we can go to a security access keys. Okay, so need to have some time. It was unfortunately happened. Okay, then. So before that, let me show you how we can deal with this one, with the DBFS file system directly. Okay, so how we can have a DBS file system is, if you go to catalog, we need to go for DBFS. This DBFS is not going to be enabled for you by default. You need to make it enable. This is a user interface approach. Okay, so if you're doing anything manually, then we can use this DBFS. If it is doing by Azure Data Factory, okay, or if you're doing not with the Azure Data Factory, basically by doing with Notebook ADB, then we can directly deal with the file system. But if you wanted to deal with manually, then we can go with the DBFS. So this DBFS is going to be enabled only when you go for settings. In the settings, you can find a developer. Let's see, somewhere you can find dbfs.
No, this is in community edition, right?
Yeah, this is a community edition. Even there also you have to do the same thing. In advanced, you can see in the workspace we have a advanced. In advanced, you need to enable it. By default, it is going to be disabled. If it is enabled, then it is fine. If it is Azure Databricks, if it is not enabled, then you can enable it. Okay, so the reason why it is visible for me is because of it was enabled.
Bhaskar, can you show me one more time this navigation, Bhaskar? Go to.
Name, account name, settings.
Okay. Yeah.
In the settings, advanced. In the advanced, you can find dbfs file browser.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Now this dbfs file, you can see catalog, dbfs. I have a default folders are available here. Okay, so this is for machine learning, this is for mounting, this is for public, temporary, user details, file system. So different kind of folders also available. I'm going to touch this MNT folder to mount the ADLS Gen 2 accounts. We'll see that. And let's try with Databricks file system. That is not this one. This folder I only created, and file store is the default folder. If you see in your place, you can see the file store only, not file system. So let me take out this file system. It was created by me only. Okay, so if you want to create a folders, you can create a folder, but with commanding only you can do it here. That's fine. In the file store, I have a various folders are there here. Various folders are there. I'm just going to create a folders for us. So I'm going to create a folder June 25. I'm just going to give any folder name that you can give. So if I wanted to create a folder, I can do it with the UI, but sometimes this UI may not work. I always recommend you to create a folder or anything. If you wanted to deal with the file system, go with the DB utils. Okay, so after having a connectivity, then you can do that. I mean, for DBFS, we don't need a connectivity, but this one, we required a connectivity. Let's say, for example, I wanted to see DB utils. So DB utils are used to deal with the file system. So not only with the file system, we can deal with many things. We just observe here. So by using this, we can mount, we can use the file system utilities. These two are going to be possible to deal with the file system and to mount it. So these two are going to be there as part of your, sorry, this one. This is file system utilities. So DB utils are used to interact with the modules provides the various utilities for users to interact with the rest of Databricks. So if you wanted to use the credentials, then you can use the credentials utilities. To deal with the file system, you can use the file system utilities. And for the jobs, we can use the job utilities. For notebooks, to run a notebook from one notebook to another notebook, we can use the notebook utilities. And widgets. So in our case, the important things here is file system utilities we're going to touch in our case. A notebook utility is very, very important. Without using this notebook utility, no one will work as a data engineer. And widgets we are going to use, and secrets also we are going to use. These four are very, very, very important. These four are very important. Okay. And even the secrets also, people now we are having a different approach. We are using the Unity catalog connector. So if that is the case, then we don't need this. But 100% is if you don't know the secrets, they will accept. But if you don't know about the notebook utilities or widgets, widgets are important to create a parameters. Okay, so we are going to see. And we'll spend a time with the file system to deal with the file system. So you can see manipulate the Databricks file system from the console. So DBFS utils, file system utils. These are all file system utils. So inside the file system utilities, what are there? What options are there? Inside this file, inside this dbutils dot fs dot help. So then you're going to get this one, dbutils dot fs dot, because I wanted to take the fs utils. So I'm just wanted to see how exactly the help commands are there. If you execute it, then you can see I'm having a mounting details are there and fs utils are there. Inside the fs utilities, we have a mount and we have a fs utils. Okay, so this mount will see how we can mount our storages. Practically, we are going to come across this, but this is one of the place where we faced an interview question. What are there inside this FS utils? DBFS utils, what options are available? So that is one is mount and other is FS utils we are having as part of FS utilities. Okay. So when you see this FS utils, we have CP. Okay, so what this CP is going to do? The name itself is saying that it is a copy. CP means it is a copy. We are copying the data from one place to another place. We are copying the data from one place to another place. This is equivalent to copy activity in the data factory. Copy activity in the data factory. Now you may have a question, then when we have a copy here in the database, then why we need to go for database? Sorry, why we need to go for data factory? We already having a same copy activity in the database. So why don't we do it here itself, or why can't we do it here? Why we need to go for data factory is because your Databricks is having very less connectors, whereas data factory is having very more and more number of connectors when you compare with the Databricks. That is one thing. And other thing is your like when we read the data from data sources from your source systems, you're not going to get parallelism here. That means what I mean to say is to read the data from the source, we cannot get the parallelism from the source side. Okay, so because of that reason, we don't recommend to read the data from the source systems directly. We're always going to have a ingestion tools in the market. So from different vendors, we have a different ingestion tools. So once the data is ingested, then only the database is much more flexible for doing all the transformation, because you're going to keep the data in the distributed systems. Whereas in your business systems are not going to be distributed. If you take Oracle or if you take a SQL Server, those are all not going to be distributed systems. So performance will be less because we need a cluster here. Okay, so the cluster we are not going to use we are not going to utilize the entire cluster. So because of that reason, we always recommend to do data ingestion with the ingestion tools and do transformations with the database. Okay, so this copy command we are going to use for many reasons. We can copy from higher environment to lower environment. We can copy the data for doing a testing purpose, and we can move the data from one place to another place for only testing purpose. Okay, so in that case, we use this CP command. We'll see that how exactly we are going to do like that. So all these commands are FS utils commands. And RM is going to be remove directory. This is equivalent to delete directory in the data factory. So put head is there. Just put is going to create a file. Okay, so this is also like copy activity, something like that you can fill. So move is like move. We don't have this equivalent activity in the data factory, but mkdirs again creating a directory. Like we can create a directory like anything. Okay, so wherever you want we can create it. So most of these commands are referring to the copy activity only. Most of the commands are going to referring your copy activity. If the directory is not available, we can create a directory with the copy activity. We already done it. If the file is not available, we can create a file with the copy activity. And there is a ls command, list command, to get the list of items from the folder. That is equivalent to get metadata activity. We talked about the get metadata activity. This ls is going to be equivalent to get metadata activity. Okay, so first I wanted to make sure this connectivity is done or not. Is that allowing? Because this is holding me.
Bhaskar, one question.
Yeah.
So, like in the mount and FS utilities, like both are dealing with the copy only, right, Bhaskar?
Yes.
Like what exactly the difference between Bhaskar? Like, I mean, which scenario we are going with the mount and which
No, no,
scenario
no,
we
no.
are.
Mount is different. Mount is
Oh,
different. Mount is
okay,
just connectivity.
okay,
We'll see that.
okay.
God.
And Bhaskar, what about the catalog you shown initially, and then you came to the DVFS. So what is the relation?
This one.
Yeah, and then DVFS.
This is a database catalog. Catalog means is like a collection of databases we are going to have.
Okay. And the these are Databricks.
I'll give the definition. What is a catalog? What is a schema? What is a table? All these things at the time of delta tables.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to connect this one with the DVFS command which you explained.
If it is connected, then I can show you easily. Because if I wanted to create a directory, I can create a directory without connectivity of this, like dbutils dot fs dot mkdirs. So make directory. So to create a directory, I'm just going to say file store. This is the root directory we have seen right away. You can see here dbfs file store. You see here. Inside file store, I'm just going to create a folder. I wanted to create a June 25. June 25. I'm just giving. Let's execute this. If I execute, what happens? It is going to create a directory. Now, if you go and see here in the catalog, dbfs file store, inside file store, you can see June 25. Inside June 25, I do not have anything. So I wanted to create a input directory inside that. Inside June 25, I wanted to create an input directory.
So we are creating the same structure as we created in ADLS.
Exactly. Okay, so whatever I'm doing here, this one I wanted to do in the ADLS directly, because we are going to work as a Azure data engineer, right? So whatever I'm trying to do here, that I wanted to do directly in the Azure Databricks, so that we can see in the storage accounts, you can have your container. It's not allowing me because of this payments and all. Still it is having an issue. I need to wait for some time. So inside this landing, I wanted to create a directories, like input directory or output directory. You got my point, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, we can share the different users.
Yeah, that is. So this one I can show, but the entire note is pointing to the Azure only directly. So you may feel a little confusion again if I go with this approach. Okay, but this one is a internal file system. This file store is a internal file system. So if
So,
it is a ADLS Gen 2, then you have to keep something like this.
you mean like we are creating a space in the Databricks also, other than this ADLS, correct? Means
Which space?
so in the data within the Databricks, we are creating a
No, we are
subspace.
not creating any space. By default, it's have its own storage.
Yeah, but now June 25, you created one
It's a
folder.
folder because it's a one storage. I'm creating a one folder here. Within the same storage, I'm creating one folder, existed storage.
Yeah, dedicated for us. Okay.
Ex-
Yeah.
Okay, you got my point, right?
Hmm.
Internal storage, inside internal storage, I'm creating a folder. Now, our major activities are going to be on external storage.
Okay, we need to do. Okay.
Yeah, we require this ADLS Gen 2.
Hmm.
Okay, so unfortunately, it is stopping me here. Maybe it may take some time to reflect.
Yes.
Bhaskar, it is like internal connectivity, and let's say if you want to connect with ADLS, so we can also update in the Databricks, right, Bhaskar?
Can you repeat again?
No, Bhaskar. So currently here we created one folder like June 25 inside input. This is for the within the Databricks. Let's say if
Yes.
you want to connect with the ADLS, then we need to connect with the ADLS, right,
Yes,
Bhaskar?
after connecting only we can create a
Uh,
folder
uh,
because they are externals.
okay. So basically we are dealing with the file system.
Yes, this DB utils deals with the file system also.
Okay. And also we can connect with the database also, right, Bhaskar, or like only file system?
No, we can connect with the database also, but not recommended to go directly to the database.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it is stopping me. If this is connected, then I can go forward. So you can ask me questions if you have.
Yeah, Bhaskar. So here you are using the command spark.conf.set. Means here using Spark, we are doing this connectivity, right?
Yes. Oh, for doing a connectivity, we have to use that. That is a library, right?
Okay.
We have to use that.
Yeah, Bhaskar.
I said one command. Can you keep in your place and try keeping the access key and storage account and try for connectivity? Is that connecting or not?
Yeah.
Can you share the screen? I'll just show you how we can connect it, and then I'll continue on tomorrow because it is stopping me here.
Yeah.
Naresh wants to share the screen, right? Naresh or Wasim?
Yeah, Bhaskar. If you want, I will share. Yeah, no worries.
Can you share?
Yeah.
Okay, for you, cluster need to start, I guess, right?
Yeah, Bhaskar. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Bhaskar, I'm unable to copy this one, Bhaskar. Can you paste in the WhatsApp group, Bhaskar?
Is that not allowing? Let me,
Mm.
somewhere I missed that settings. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll create one new meeting request
Okay.
so that it will be Easy.
Because when I'm trying to copy, it is not copying, Bhaskar.
Okay, let me give in a chart then.
Yeah, Bhaskar, otherwise that copy will be pasted in the WhatsApp group, right?
No, I can keep it. No worries.
And also that one more thing, while I'm using that Databricks, right? Is that the applicable for connect the data
Which one?
intelligent to?
Which one you're
I'm
saying?
using that the Azure free
Yeah,
Azure
yeah,
portal.
it's the same only.
Okay, okay.
Free edition also is the same only. Only thing is cluster is up and running.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
First start the cluster, I think so. If it is a free edition, that is fine.
Yeah. So this thing. Data. Yeah. Here,
Just open a one notebook and try. Just paste that one. Can you maximize the window?
yeah, Oscar. So here, I am getting this uh, mm, options, so I am not
Just
seeing.
paste it. No, in WhatsApp group I pasted.
Yeah. Yeah, WhatsApp I have not opened.
Okay, so are you able to copy that? I think so. You are not able to.
No, this this one, right? Access underscore key is equal to storage account.
No, not like that. Okay, so can you close that chart? There is a chart window open, right?
Yeah, this one.
Otherwise,
AI
Azure,
chart, AI chart.
Azure URL we can use, right? And then change the
Yeah.
account settings.
So let me check. Copy is not working. You're saying that.
Washing, can you go to the URL which you shared no? On the chat window?
That's what I'm checking. Ask, call, unmute.
No, URL is working. If I click, it is going. Then from there you can copy, right? From the Azure portal.
Okay.
Mhm. So here, I am unable to maximize the window because uh, here I am getting these options, right?
Okay. Something is happened for your system, maybe.
Yeah, chat window. Can you go to the chat window?
Bhaskar, shall I share my screen, Bhaskar?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you can.
I think you are able to see,
Yes,
right, Bhaskar?
yes, we're able to. Now just keep that access key. Access key. Can you go to Azure portal, your storage account?
So this one
No,
I
no,
need to.
no. Can storage account only. Can you go back again, please? So in the bottom there is a security and left side there is a security and networking. Expand it. Access key. Take a copy of your storage account name and paste in that variable. The second line. No, 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 not that one. The second line.
Okay, yeah.
No, no, not there. Second line from the top. Variable it is. Storage account variable. Yeah. Paste it. Then do the same thing for access key also. Go there and take access key. So
The
that,
first one,
yes,
right,
anything is fine. So yeah, take it. Paste. No, 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 not here. Variable first line.
yeah.
You have to keep in the double quote. Can you go and keep that in the double quote? In the same account name also. Okay, now execute it. Can you go to your ADLS Gen 2? Create a container with the name landing. Containers. Hit on containers left side. Create a one new container. Now go back. Landing. Inside landing. That's fine. We can leave it. Okay. Just go there to your database now. Configuration account key. You copied properly only, right? Take a copy again and paste
But
it.
when I create a variable, na, the
Mhm.
intelligence what it is asking, na, so it is asking two things again: the scope, secret scope, and
No,
the
that not required.
storage key.
It
Actually,
was already tested script only.
okay.
Try now.
So this is a general notepad, Bhaskar. So do I need to go with inside the catalog?
No, no, not like that. It's a correct only. It has to work. Maybe is that because of the free edition? It should not like that. Let me share my screen. So I'm able to access one of the storage. Let's see, will it work or not? Access keys. I'm just taking account name here and access key. Now let's execute it. Now you can see for me it worked. Then I'm just trying to access this, accessing my storage. So this is the storage account name. Of course, landing is not there in this one. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take a data files as a container here. You can say I have a input directory is there and output directory is there. What I'll do is I'm just going to create a landing container. Let me go inside the landing. Now I don't have anything. It is allowed me to create it here. So let's make this as a landing again. So landing is not going to have anything. It is just going to give a blank. You can see. So here what I am trying to do here is I'm just trying to create a connectivity. Let's take out this. I don't need. Okay, so here whatever I have shown you in this particular place, this is not a parameterized. It is normal script without parameters. And I did here parameterized. So because of that reason, the same to same only, there is no much differences. I just made it is a parameterized so that I can pass the values directly to here. Whatever I declared in this particular place, the way I have passed this value into this parameter, in the same way access key I declared, this access key I just bring it into this particular place. Positional parameters, you can see f string. And account name also, I'm just keeping into this place as a positional parameter. If you're not interested to use the variables, then you can go as it is like this. You can directly paste your access key. Scope, you can just ignore. We don't need the scope. Okay, so you can just keep the storage account name and this entire place you can keep your access key. So that is what I'm just trying to do here. Okay. So once I execute it, you have to check is that working or not, right? So accessing landing zone, I'm just trying to say landing and the storage account name. And when I execute it, it is giving a empty list. So I don't have anything here. Okay, so we'll see tomorrow. I'm going to take you through how we can deal with this ADLS Gen 2 with the database. Okay, so you try how we can make a connectivity from your side.
But that pre-edition is connected, right? So,
Which one?
that just now tried.
It is connected. Now, if I wanted to make a directory here inside this landing, I can create a directory. Let's create an input directory.
We'll try that.
I'll explain about it, but we'll see that tomorrow a little more in detail.
Bhaskar, what is this ABFS, Bhaskar? So we are keeping it.
It's a syntax only. Syntax only
Okay.
we have to follow.
Okay.
Here you can see for reading, this is a
Okay.
syntax. Okay. The
Okay.
same thing I'm just following. This one we can parameterize.
Okay.
Okay. For now, I'm just going to show you. We'll see how we can do parameterize. Now, I'm just keeping this here and hit on it. It will create an input directory in the storage. Just refresh it. You can see input. Okay. I'll talk
Okay,
more in
Bhaskar.
detail on tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
Bhaskar. Got it.
Okay, then. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.